Great day and welcome to Logic Lifts. Today we're going to talk about how you can decide whether you should be paying off your home with your extra income that you have, disposable income, or whether you should consider spending or placing more money in your 401k or your investment opportunities. And for most people, when you talk about investing, it's usually contributing to a 401k. And for most people, a mortgage and paying it down makes a lot more sense because you automatically can see the principal balance going down and you can start calculating how fast I can pay this off and not have any debt. But there is a simple thought process that you could apply to determine really where you should spend more of your income or that disposable income to benefit you in the future. And this is just strictly mathematical because there are some folks that just take the solace and they feel it's stress free to pay down their mortgage. They're going to do that regardless. But if you want to make the best financial decision for you, this little formula or this little comparison will help you out. I'm not a financial advisor, I'll state that, but I'll just give perspectives and you do what you want with them. So when you consider your mortgage, look at the interest rate that you are currently paying on your mortgage. And if you're paying 7%, if you're paying 8%, then that interest rate that you're paying on your mortgage currently is what you're going to make, i.e., save, because you're not paying it for every dollar that you're placing more towards your mortgage to pay it off sooner. And so if you're having 7% interest rate on your mortgage currently, if you pay $100 extra a month, you're going to save yourself 7% of that. And so you're going to save $7 a month. Why? Because you're not paying that $7 in interest because you're drawing down your principal. Now, conversely, you can look at your 401k and see what kind of interest you're making off your 401k. It's called a rate of return. So if you contribute to your 401k or if you contribute to individual stocks or you have your own portfolio, look at the investment that you have and what's your rate of return. Typically, the stock market averages around 7 to 10% a year. And there's years that you might be 20%, 30%. And other years that it might be 1, 2%. But on average, you're going to get about 7 to 10% from investing in the 401k or stock market. So if you have an interest rate of 7% and you look at your 401k and you're making 7%, it's pretty much an even wash. You're going to end up benefiting the same. And you probably pay down your mortgage because you that 7% is going to be locked in and guaranteed. You're not going to see the ups and downs similar to what you would in the stock market. Now, if you have a 3% interest rate, which a lot of people have, or 4%, and you could potentially make 7 to 10 based off what you see in your 401k as rate of return for the last 1 to 3 years, 5 to 10 years, then you would want to invest your extra income in your 401k or your stocks. Why? Because that is a huge difference between saving 3% and making 10%. You're going to be making 7% more on your money based off placing it in the market versus paying down your home. That is just the mathematical, financial way that you can look at it and determine what's going to be best for you when you consider saving the most money. Again, if you don't want that and you just want that comfort of knowing you have your mortgage paid off, then do what you're currently doing, pay off your mortgage. But if you want to make sure that you are using your money the most wise way to benefit in the future financially, then compare your interest rates and put your money to the place that's going to give you the best interest rate, whether it's paying off debt because that's what you're saving or making. So if you're saving 3%, you're making 3%. And if you can make 10%, I'd rather make 10% than 3%. So easy math. Hopefully you learned something. If you did, make sure you like and subscribe.